So in today's video, we're going to be talking about what it takes to be a social media marketing agency owner, what it takes to be successful in any business, whatever business endeavor you're going on, whether it be e-commerce, whether it be door knocking, trying to start a landscaping business, an epoxy business, whatever the case may be. These are the things, the core fundamental principles that you are going to need. There's 8 of them. From my personal experience, these are the 8 core fundamental principles that you need in your life in order to succeed in your business. Now, if you don't already know me, my name is Aiden. I'm the founder of Green Advertising, which is a social media marketing agency dedicated to helping realtors bring in high quality leads through lead generation. Now, it's enough about me. I'm going to jump straight into things and go through the 8 core fundamental principles. So number 1 is persistence. You need to be persistent because, look, the harsh reality of this is that your journey isn't going to be easy. Your journey is going to be very difficult, and you're going to feel like giving up at times. You're going to have disbelief. Okay, you're going to feel like you're just spinning your wheels. You're going to feel like you're not going anywhere. But by being persistent and knowing, believing what you're doing is going to work out, because it's inevitable. If you keep putting in the work and you stay consistent, it's going to work out. Consistency and persistency. Persistency a word? I don't know. You have to be persistent though. I'll provide an example. This is a difficult one for me, is cold calling. Personally, I absolutely hate cold calling. There's nothing more in the world that I hate doing. But you have to do it. You have to do it if you want to be successful. At least for me, in my personal situation, I have to cold call in order to achieve what I want in life, in order to achieve the goals that I want. And you have to be persistent with the cold calling. You have to be persistent with the outreach. Okay. Like, there's nothing more that I hate doing than getting home from 7 hours of school, of somewhere I didn't even want to be, coming home and immediately jumping on the phone. Like, I get home, drop my bag, whatever, do whatever, eat something really quick, and then I immediately hop on the phone and start dialing. Hop on the computer and start dialing. I don't want to do it, but I do it because I'm persistent and I'm disciplined. And I know that if I want to achieve my goals, I'm going to have to put in the work. Because look, I always tell myself this, and this is something that I love, this saying right here. Sacrifice for what you want, or what you want will become the sacrifice. Okay. So you need to sacrifice for what you want, or what you want will become the sacrifice. So for me, I could not cold call and go and, be fat and eat freaking pizza and sit on the couch and watch a show or whatever, have fun. Oh, it's so, my life is hard. I just got done with whatever BS. My financial situation, nobody loves me, whatever the excuse is, whatever is going on in your mind, you just have to learn how to conquer. And God can help you a lot with that, which I'll talk about later, but you have to learn how to conquer that feeling. And if you can't conquer it, then you're simply not going to achieve the goal that you set in place. It's as simple as that. Okay, it really is as simple as that. If you're not persistent, then you're not going to be able to achieve what you want. Persistency and consistency. Next is dedication. And all of the 8 core fundamental principles that I'm going to be talking about, so persistence, dedication, and then the other 6, they all tie in together. Persistency ties in with dedication. Dedication ties in with focus. Focus ties in with discipline. It all just ties in together, right? So you can't just do one thing and then expect everything to work, because it's just not going to. It all ties in together. But to talk about dedication, you need to be dedicated, right? Obviously, you need to be dedicated, because if you're not dedicated to something, then it's obviously not going to work out. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going to continue to use this example. I don't like cold calling, but I come home and I know that I have to be persistent, and I know that I have to be dedicated. So I'm going to hop on the phone and I'm going to dial. I'm going to book meetings, and I'm going to get on sales calls, and I'm going to close the client. Dedication, right? It's all in your head. Everything is in your head. Now the next thing would be focus. Like I just said a minute ago, I just gave away 2 core fundamental principles, but focus and discipline. Focus, you need to be focused, right? You need to be as sharp as a tack. Focused on not necessarily everything that you're doing, because you do need to be focused on what you're doing. Don't get me wrong. You need to be focused on the book that you're reading. You need to be focused on what outreach you're doing. You need to be focused on the prospecting you're doing, the whatever YouTube video you're doing. You need to be focused on it. Okay, but you also need to be focused on the bigger picture. What is your goal? If you haven't defined what your goal is, you need to take a step back, stop what you're doing, and define what your goal is. Define your goal so that you can define what drives you. Find your purpose, and once you find your purpose, drive towards the goal. Because oftentimes your purpose, kind of somewhat ties in with your goal, somewhat, not directly, but kind of branches off of your goal. So you need to find what your goal is, and you need to try and find your purpose. It's going to take longer to find your purpose in life than it is for you to find your goal in life, because your purpose is it's spiritual, right? For me, I feel like my purpose in life is to help as many people as possible. The hungry, the disabled, the homeless, single families, things like that. But I'm also helping you right now by filming this video. I'm helping you put in your head what it is that you need to do in order to be successful. Okay, so you need to be focused 100%. Write all of this down, by the way. So persistence, dedication, focus. And again, this is all literally personal experience. I'm speaking, every single thing that I'm speaking about is from personal experience and what I have experienced and what needs to be done in order to be successful. Okay. Then the next is discipline, which you heard me talk about just a moment ago. Again, I'm going to use the example. When I get home from cold calling, when I get home from school and I don't want to cold call, I don't want to cold call. I don't think you guys realize how bad I don't want to cold call. It is literally one of the worst parts of my day. I wouldn't say that. Okay, I wouldn't say it's one of the worst parts of my day, because I'm doing something to expand my business and build more clientele and build my wealth, but I don't like it. Okay, and I'm sure there's things that you do that you don't like doing that you do anyway, and if there isn't, then you're not growing, I could say, because I don't like reading. I don't like working out. I like boxing. I do like working out, boxing. Okay, I don't like sitting here on my computer for 50, 60, 70% of my day and working and watching sales videos and learning and gaining knowledge. I don't like doing that. I'd much rather go out and hang out with friends, or go out and be social, or even do other things. Like for me, I like doing physical, like working out, or even physical labor, the garage needs to be cleaned out, things like that. Obviously you have to do it. That's a task. It's more of a chore. I enjoy doing things like that, because it's time to get away from my computer. It's time for me to get out and get some fresh air almost. But yeah, you have to be very disciplined, because if you don't have discipline, then nothing else really matters, right? Your focus, your dedication, your persistence, it doesn't matter if you're not disciplined. I struggled with discipline for a very long time, because for me, and I'll provide the scenario for you. When I was going to school, it's like I put my earbud in, listen to music, whatever, and I just was in such the habit of doing that, and then I finally came to the realization that it's like, okay, if I'm not learning and growing at all times of the day, then what the hell am I doing? So it's like I started listening to podcasts and watching sales videos, watching videos just like the ones that you're watching right now, which, by the way, I commend you on, because not a lot of people would have clicked on this video and tried to gain knowledge, or even attempted at gaining knowledge, and you did. So if you made it this far in the video, again, congratulations to you, right? It shows that you're very radical, you're a radical thinker, and that's great. You took the first step of clicking on this video, and if you're still watching, that shows a lot about you. If you're still watching, I want you to put a 1 in the comments, because I want to know if you're still watching. I want to know how many people watch my videos are actually watching them through. So comment 1 right now in the video, or actually, you know what? Don't comment 1. That's stupid. Comment your goal. I asked you to define what your goal was earlier. Now I want you to put that into action, and comment what your goal is down below in the comment section. I'm interested to hear what the people that watch my videos goals are, right? But you need to define your goal. Okay. Next would be knowledge. So like I was just saying with discipline a moment ago, where I go to school, have an earbud in, listen to music, but I don't want to listen, or I want to listen to music, but I know I should listen to a podcast, listen to a sales video, listen to Alex Hormozy, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of things I don't want to do that I do anyway. Knowledge is power in every field in the world. If you're knowledgeable, then you're an asset, right? You've heard the saying that the quietest person in the room is usually, the most interesting, or the most powerful, the most knowledgeable. So you want to be, I'm not telling you to completely become an introvert, but don't be so loud and just obnoxious, really. So it's just like, it I can't explain it, right? Read the 48 Laws of Power if you haven't, but it just makes you look like a moron. Makes you look like a moron when you're loud, obnoxious, and you're the loudest person in the room. Okay, but besides that, okay, so knowledge, right? You need to continuously learn and grow and build your knowledge portfolio. So it's like read books, listen to videos like these, listen to motivation, watch sales videos, experience things. And when I say experience things, I mean like, and I'll speak from my perspective, like doing the prospecting and then doing the outreach. I'm gaining knowledge while I'm doing that because I'm learning what to and what not to say. I'm learning what things work and what things don't work. Okay, so knowledge is power. Just remember that. Also, this brings me to God. You need to have God in your life if you want to be successful. And I do wholeheartedly believe that. I know there's people out there that don't have God in their life that are successful, but you don't see what happens on the inside. You don't know if they're happy. You don't know what personal issues they have going on. Money isn't everything. If I gave you $15 million, would you take it? Wait, here's the catch. But you die tomorrow. Would you take it? Or your mother dies tomorrow if you take the $15 million. Would you still take it? Your life, your mother's life, your family members' lives are valued at much more than $15 million. Even if I offered you $1 trillion, fuck it, offered you infinite money, would you take it? Sacrificing your life for your friends, your family's lives? No, you probably wouldn't. Okay, so money isn't everything. And know that when you see people that are successful that don't have God in their life, they probably have something going on in their life that not even money can help them escape from. And that's the sad truth, the cold, honest truth. We look at these demonic rappers and these demonic symbols in our country, in our world. Just know that they probably have something going on, and all you can do is pray for them. Pray that they can find help. Pray that they can come closer to God, because God can inflict belief in you. Belief is very, very important. If you don't belief is truly what ties all of these together. Because if you don't believe in what you're doing, if you don't believe that you're going to achieve your goal, then you're simply not going to be dedicated. You're not going to be persistent. You're not going to be focused. You're not going to be disciplined. You're not going to try and seek knowledge at all times, right? So you need to believe in if you believe in God and you worship God and you have God in your life and God is inflicting belief upon you, and you know that even if you're spinning your tires right now and it seems like you're not going anywhere, that you're going through this for a reason, and that you are on this path for a reason, and that it all will work out. Think of the bamboo analogy I mentioned earlier, where it grows on the ground underground for 4 months, and then or 4 years, and then shoots up and expands to 10 feet in a matter of like 2 days. Think of that, right? Because if you have God in your life, you have the Holy Spirit in your life, then you truly do believe that you can do anything. Which is why I look at people, I'm like, how the fuck do you not believe that you can do it? If you have all the systems in place, that persistence, dedication, focus, discipline, knowledge, sacrifice, belief, God, then you can achieve anything you want in life. If you work towards it, you can achieve it. You just have to tie all of those 8 core fundamental principles together and work your ass off. Okay? So, the next is sacrifice. You have to sacrifice for what you want. And I'm going to use the analogy again. Sacrifice for what you want, or what you want will become the sacrifice. For me, I'm going to speak on personal experience right now. I sacrificed my friendships. I sacrificed my social life. I sacrificed a lot of things to be where I am right now. And right now, I guess people can still look at me and say, hey, that kid's a fucking loser. Because I'm not where I aspire to be quite yet. I'm not at the goal yet. But the journey is amazing. You have to learn to embrace and enjoy the journey. But there is no journey without sacrifice. And if you're starting a business, if you're adventuring into a new endeavor, just know that you're going to have to sacrifice at some point. You're not going to want to sacrifice whatever it is you're wanting to sacrifice, but you're going to have to. For me, I sacrificed, like I said, my friends, my family, my social life. I actually moved to New York. Number one, to be with my mother, but that's more personal, okay? I also moved to New York to kind of get away from the distractions. Get away from the hometown, right? And because there's a lot of distractions everywhere you look and everywhere you go. But if you move somewhere and you have a new, fresh page, a fresh start, it just allows you to find peace almost, and also expand your mind. But more importantly, the main reason, not the main, but one of the many reasons that I moved up here is to focus on my business with no distractions. And I sacrificed my friendships, my social life. I even sacrificed spending time with a lot of family. But I know that what I am doing will work out. And I know that I have a very bright future ahead of me. So when it's time and I want to start reconnecting with people from the past and seeing family more often, then I'll have the opportunity. All right. The only thing is you're spending time to make money, and time is invaluable. Like I said earlier, with $15 million, I'll give you $15 million, but you die tomorrow. That is constructed around time. It's also constructed around your life, right? So the next thing would be, and the last thing, might I add, the eighth core fundamental principle is belief. Like I said a moment ago with God and believing in yourself, you must believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in you, then you're simply not going to move forward with anything. If I don't believe that what I'm doing right now is working out, then number one, I wouldn't be filming this video. I wouldn't come home from a long day of BS bullshit from school or whatever the hell I deal with, whatever you're dealing with. I wouldn't come home and start doing cold calls if I didn't believe that it was going to work out, because then I would see that as a waste of time. I wouldn't be spending hours researching how to do better sales, listening to my old sales videos, posting on social media, if I didn't think that this was going to work. So you have to believe in yourself, right? And that is the most important thing, and that ties in with God. Because if you have God in your life and you believe in God, you know that God wouldn't send you down a path that you shouldn't be on. You know that God has a plan in store for you. And just by believing in God, you can believe in yourself, because you can believe that you're on the right track, almost. At least that's the case scenario for me. And yeah, those are the 8 core fundamental principles. So I'll list them on the screen now. Make sure you take notes of any gold nuggets you found in here, especially the 8 core fundamental principles, because those are super important. Emphasis on the super. They're very, very important. And you need to put them into action. You need to act. Okay? All these principles come into play, but if you don't act and you don't work, then there's no fucking point, right? So definitely act. And look, if this video helped you out in any way, shape, or form, gave you a opened mind, just a widened perspective, helped push you forward, then I would really appreciate a like, subscribe on the channel, and check out the links to my bio. I have my social media pages on there, which is I believe I have my LinkedIn, my Facebook, possibly my Instagram. I'm not 100% sure, but just check out my socials for me. I would really appreciate if you went on there and left me a like or a follow. And yeah, so I hope this video helped you out. And if you have any questions, you want to see any future videos, if you have any future video suggestions, then feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll definitely check them out and look forward to making a video on them. So with that being said, I hope that you all have a great day. It is currently Saturday, the 2nd of November at 11:15 a.m. So it's not quite Monday, but we're going to have a great week, very successful week, and we're going to get some shit done, my friend. With that being said, have a wonderful day, guys, and I will speak to you soon.